Yo, you cannot tell me Rafiki is your favorite character. Rafiki, however you want to pronounce it. My man is cold-blooded. He is the vet. He is the OG of the jungle. I don't care who the king is, who's fighting for the throne. We already know who runs the jungle, and it is my man right here. With that being said, welcome to Reviews from the Six. My name is Cedric, but you can call me Ceddy Said. And today we are reviewing Disney's Villains, Scar. And as you see here, Dynamite Entertainment had something to do with it as well. And this is issue number 1. So this was written by Chuck Brown. The artist is Trevor Fraley. Now, first things first, it doesn't matter if you're a DC fan. It doesn't matter if you're a Marvel fan, a Variant comic fan, Valiant comic fan, Boom, Image, independent comic fan. It really doesn't matter because we discuss our hobbies. And today we are discussing comics. And I want to show you the cover art first. As you see here, this isn't actually what made me pick up the issue. Normally it is the cover art that gets me. And on the cover, of course, you see Scar. Of course, you see Zazu. I almost forgot his name for a second. I'm like, yeah, and Zazu on the cover. And this area might look familiar to you, but this is when they were in the hyena den, which I got a little something for you as the story goes on, but we'll get there. When it comes to the back, we just pretty much have promo, social media links, which you guys can go follow, but it is Disney Comics. Of course, you have your different variant covers here, which one of the comic book stores, I was searching for this comic book issue for about 2 weeks, and they had nothing but the variant covers, and that didn't bother me though. It was just the price of the variant covers. You're like, I don't want to pay that much, man. And of course, you got some promo for the gargoyles and other Disney stuff that's coming. One of the things though that interested me, I should say, was that I never knew a black man had something to do with this. Look, I never knew that. I thought that was so interesting and so cool, man. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, on to the art. I actually like the art. The art's really good, y'all. I don't care what they say. Art's really good. Look, see Rafiki, bro. Like, you can't tell me he ain't the man, dog. Like, come on now. Some vultures. Which was kind of different because I don't know if the vultures are replacing the hyenas in here, but it kind of looks like it. All right, I think that's all I'm going to show you so I don't do too much spoiling. And of course, when it comes to the story, I don't want to say too many spoilers either. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I thought about it, where it might lead, if I'm going to pick up the issue again. All the good stuff without ruining the story for you. So I anticipated the theory, right? The theory that I'm going into, that Scar ate Mufasa, right? You've seen it. I've seen it. I've heard other people talk about it. So let's go ahead and address that. That is not in this issue. I'm sorry to disappoint, but it's not in this issue at all. But one of the things that is prevalent, or the main focus of this issue, is the circle of life and how whatever you put into the universe comes back to you. So I would say, honestly, this made me want to watch The Lion King over again. I felt like there was some stuff that I missed, maybe not even missed, but because I was young, I didn't understand what I was watching at the moment, or the hidden message behind everything. When I was a kid, I was just like, yo, they're singing songs, Hakuna Matata. He can't wait to be king. Like, I was just focused on all that stuff, but I wasn't focused on the thing about like family lineage, right? People feeling not obligated, but people feeling like they're entitled to certain positions because of their role in a family, or how people want to be respected for certain things, and it's not the way of life, or the way they're not being respected the way they want to be respected. We have a couple uncles or a couple brothers, whatever, they do their time, they get out, and it's like, respect me for being a gangster. And you're like, well, you ain't no gangster. You just a bum to me. It's kind of like that with this story, where Scar, don't get me wrong about Scar. Scar is cold. He's cold in the jungle, right? Scar goes around just attacking people, he hates himself. So there's a scene in this comic where he's getting ready to attack a bison, I believe it is. We're just going to say prey, right? He's getting ready to attack prey. And he's like, I'm not even hungry. I'm just having a bad day and I want to take it out on you. He literally says that. And then the mother comes and protects it. Now, what I liked, like I said, it's putting a lot of things together for me. I was young. I didn't put a lot of it together, but now I am. One thing that I noticed is that the lion really isn't the king of the jungle. Like, a lion has to run in a pack for a reason. They're not the biggest. They're not the strongest. They're not the fastest. The thing is that they believe they are. And we believe it because we're taught that they're the king of the jungle. But it takes an entire pack of lions to take down one buffalo or one bison. One lion on its own is going to get them hands. And you saw it in this comic issue. Scar got them hands put on him, right? And that's why Scar had to recruit the help of others from the Badlands. Just like any other punk or any person who can't fight for themselves, right? As soon as they take that L or as soon as they feel threatened, they're going to go recruit other people. Now, keep that in mind, right? I read this quote one time that said, don't tell everybody about your success because a lot of people are going to get jealous and angry about it. And that's kind of what Scar is when it comes to Simba and Mufasa, right? He doesn't want to hear how these dudes are up next and how the good that they're going to do. He just wants to rule because he was told he was up next. However, he is not qualified to be next. And Rafiki tries to tell him that. And that's the biggest issue that goes on with Scar is like, he is so heartbroken because he was supposed to be next. He's little brother. He got a little brother. His little brother or his older brother's son is now taking the throne when it's supposed to be him that's next if something happens to Mufasa. So the entire time, Scar is not even entitled to this position. He's just the backup for it. But he wants everybody to respect him as if he is king. Now, the cool part they kind of let you in on, which really isn't a spoiler, but like I said, I was too young to understand. But Scar dies the same way he kills Mufasa, which is on the cliff or during the stampede, right? I never realized that until the end. I was like, oh, yo, okay. And then to bring up the theory about, Scar eating Mufasa, it can be totally true. Like I said, when I saw the conspiracy, I looked into it, and that's what made me pick this up. And when I look at pictures, you can kind of see that the skull is the same shape as Scar's head. So it's definitely a lion skull. The bones he was picking his teeth with in the cave, right, belong to Mufasa. So there's a couple theories or a couple ways you can go about that. You can either say, A, the hyenas and Scar brought Mufasa back to the den and they ate him there. Or the hyenas ate him. The hyenas brought the bones back to Scar. Scar kept them as a trophy. Because, if you remember, he couldn't prove that Simba was dead. He was telling them that Simba was dead. But he could prove Mufasa was dead. So like I said, with this issue, it kind of brought a whole lot of stuff into perspective. It kind of tied a couple things together that made me go, all right, gave me a whole different set of eyes on the series. Now, I haven't went back and watched it yet, but I'm going to watch it. But anyways, back to the story. So they replaced the hyenas with vultures so far. Now, I don't know if they're replacing them, but those are the characters that's in place that's playing the role of our hyenas. Now, Scar didn't go recruit them. Scar got them hands put on them, and they helped kind of like nurture Scar back to normal. And with that being said, they were like, yo, we got a lion on our side. We got a lion on our side. You know what we can do. So then they go on the Badlands and start recruiting. Now, you got to remember that, too, with the whole recruiting thing. Now, Scar, he's in his feelings. So guess what he's going to do? He's going to accept them recruits. Okay, I need y'all to hate who I need y'all to hate with me because I hate them. And I thought that's the cool part about this story. Like when you kind of just strip it down, you're like, oh, that's where we're going. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and pick up number 2 just to see where they are. Now, there are some parts in here where you're kind of like, all right, pick it up. All right, it is a little dull. It is a little boring, and I already know that. But like I said, it's more so walking you back down memory lane. You're jogging your memory, and then themselves start to fire, and you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm sticking with it, man. I like the art. Like I said, I like the story so far about, whatever you put into the universe comes back to you. People being entitled. How all kinfolk ain't skinfolk, as we say in the community here. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was I thought it was average, but it is something that I think will get better. And I am in it for the long run. I do think they have issue 2 out, which I need to pick up. But like I said, with the variant comments, I had to wait till I find, or variant covers, I had to wait till I found it for cheaper. But yeah, with that being said, man, let me know down in the comments below. What did you think of Scar issue number 1? Are you following what I'm following? Do you think the same way I think? Are you going to go ahead and continue with this series or not? Let me know, man. And go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Your vibe attracts your tribe. That's what brought you here today, right? Come on and join. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss any future uploads of any of the content I got dropping. Trust me, you're going to love it, y'all. Make sure you hit that share button. Share this video to any and all social media platforms, specifically to anyone you think this would be beneficial to. And with that being said, I just want to go ahead and thank you for joining me for the review of Disney Villains Scar. Peace, love, and blessings.